From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for October 21st, 2016. In today's video analysis, I want to recap several of the currency pairs that we've been watching over the past few days as they've been moving in the direction, dollar positive mostly across these currency pairs, but moving in the direction of current momentum and trend. And we're reaching levels that I believe if we can break through specific resistance levels or support levels, we'll see a continuation of these trends, but we're on the brink of these breakouts and we need to wait for further confirmation. Specifically, let's start with the USD CHF, the dollar franc. We're looking at the daily time frame here. Look at the big black box you see on my chart. You go back to the left. We're looking all the way back here into July, August. You can see the resistance high here. It reversed and went all the way back down into the 9500s. Then back here a little bit further, you're looking May and June. You see the same resistance high. So really that blue shaded area, 99.35, 99.55, top of the black box, these last two resistance highs are the main area we want to focus in on. Now, if we can get through that resistance high, 99.55 or so, I think we're looking for it back towards the parity level, the 1.0 level, the pink shaded area up here. But it's imperative that it breaks through here because so far, for the past several months, it has been unable to successfully get through the 99.50s and continue that upside pressure and has indeed reversed from here. So we need to be cautious about going long in the direction of our current momentum, but we want to watch for those opportunities if they present themselves. We also want to be cognizant and aware of potential reversal because that's what happened the last two times we were here. Let's zoom it in a couple of times now on the daily time frame. Take a look. We're all the way up there at the top of the trend that we've been in for the past few days. We broke out through the orange shaded area, the 9900 level yesterday. Even after the news from the ECB yesterday, a little bit of a spike to the purple zone and then has now significantly moved into the 99.50s. This is the point of where we're waiting for the breakout. It needs to get above this blue zone, as I mentioned, before it will go to the next level, which of course is the pink shaded area up here towards the parity level. And until it gets above there, I can't feel confident that it's going to continue the upside pressure. Open and close above 99.55 is what I'm waiting on. Otherwise, we're also going to begin watching for evidence of reversal from here, evidence that the market or the sellers are taking back control of this currency pair. Let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame, and as we get down here to the 4-hour time frame, it gives us a little bit of a different picture of that same area, the top of the blue shaded area, the area that we know is resistance right now for this currency pair. As long as it's underneath it, as it is right now, there's potential for reversal. We'll watch for evidence of that. I don't think these two little red candles are evidence of reversal. I just need to know that it has broken this 99.50 level before I can go long on the franc. Similar, yet opposite direction is the euro dollar. You can see it's been moving down for the past several days. This is the daily time frame, been moving down. We had a little ECB news yesterday, caused it to spike into the 1.1030 level. Reversed, went back down, challenging support. Take a look back here. You see the last two times we touched this orange shaded area between 109.50 and 109.20, it found support and reversal. Today is the first time in quite some time that we've been underneath the 1.0920, 0900 level, currently sitting at 108.90, just underneath 900. So this is the area we need to break out. I don't call this a breakout. My expectation for a breakout is a candle body that opens and closes underneath a support. I don't want this to be a false breakout. If we assume that this is the breakout, it could rally back into the orange zone and give us a little pause and some stress. So we don't want to assume this is a breakout. We want a real breakout, which for me, again, is an open and close. And if we can get that open and close underneath there, 108.35 or so. The green shaded area down here at the very bottom of the chart becomes our target for our next support on the way back down, all the way into the green shaded area. So we want a confirmed breakout, and then we target the green zone. But don't want to assume that this is a breakout because literally this could turn around today, get back above the orange zone without the breakout, and go back up again. So we don't want to fall prey to that false breakout. Take it down to the 4-hour time frame, and as we get down here to the 4-hour, we're getting some hope now. We're gaining some confidence in the breakout because we've now seen opens and closes on the 4-hour time frame. So as long as we can stay under here on the 4-hour, we get through here on the daily later on today, our confidence is increasing increasing that. We're going to see it back down here again towards the green shaded area. And our risk at this point is that it pushes back above the orange shaded area. So we're on the brink. I think we're there. If we're going to look for lower risk, again, our risk right now is it breaks back above the orange shaded area. So stop losses would be above the orange zone if we were to take a short right now on the euro. So to reduce that risk, to make that stop loss smaller, we don't just bring the stop loss closer, because that increases the chances we're going to get stopped out because it's still underneath the orange zone. We have an appropriate stop loss. So how do we make our stop loss smaller? We wait for the market to come up 109.20, 109.30 before we look for an opportunity to go short on the euro dollar. Skip it on over here to the USD CAD. Look at this. This is the daily time frame. You see this little red box, resistance and reversal. The blue box over here, look at all the resistance at the green shaded area, 1.3235, 1.3265. So clearly, that's resistance. What are we waiting on? We're waiting on the breakout. We want a confirmed breakout. We don't want a false breakout. Look right here, false breakout. Open above, turn back down. Back above, turn back down. So we don't want a false breakout. We want a real breakout. So to me, again, it's an open and close above the green shaded area to give me confidence it's going to continue to push higher. We do have some news out of Canada coming up about 30 minutes from the recording of this video, so we'll want to watch that. If it's positive for Canada, we may look for this to turn around and go back down again today. If it's negative, breaking through 32.65, we're back into the 1.3300s for the US CAD. Moving over here to the USD JPY, look at this area right here. We've been stuck in between the green and the orange shaded area for a couple of days now. Fortunately, a couple of days ago, we took a buy into 103.20. We've been able to capture profit all the way up into the orange shaded area. It's on the brink, again, of a breakout. It just hasn't done it. We're looking for the push through 104.20. 104.20 is the top of the orange zone. We need the breakout. It's attempted. It's false breakout here. We need it to open and close above there. We're back into the mid to upper 104s towards 105 at the blue shaded area up here at the top of the chart becomes our next potential resistance. If it cannot break the orange zone and the bears start to take back control, I don't see it's too difficult for it to be back at the green shaded area. I don't want to assume that. I want to watch for evidence of reversal. But right now, the bears are pressuring back down a little bit. If you were in the buys from the other day from the green zone, hopefully you're taking measures to protect what profit you have from the buys from the green zone. But at this point, I need it to get above the orange zone before I assume it's going to go long on the US yen. Moving over to the AUD USD, look at the significant drop off we had earlier just yesterday. Significant drop off because of news out of Australia. Significant drop off. We're challenging the purple shaded area. Let's zoom it in one time here. Take a look at that purple zone. Black box back here and black box here. Those give us some clue what we're looking at. We're finding support at the purple zone. We've seen support here. We've seen resistance. We've seen support. We're seeing resistance. So now we're finding support again. If we're going to have any confidence in the breakout lower, it needs to break out back underneath this purple shaded area. That's 76.20. 76.20 is the bottom of the purple zone. It needs to break it before we can have any assumption that it's going to go back down to the pink zone or lower. Pink zone is 75.90 down to 75.75. Needs to break the purple zone, then we're back down into the mid to upper 7500s. If it cannot break the purple shaded area, just like what happened here at the black box, it may charge back up here towards the blue shaded area. So we don't want to assume, we want a real breakout. And I think one clue to a real breakout, I'm just going to take this black box right here and bring it in smaller. You see the small black box? This is a real breakout to me. You see the open and close under the purple zone? That's a real breakout. We don't have it yet, so that's what I'm waiting for today for the Australian dollar. And one last pair, the NZD USD, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. We have two different trends we're contending with here. We have the long-term black trend line. We've seen the market touch down into that black trend line a couple of times now, even just last week touching into that black trend line. And then we have the blue trend line. Let's zoom it back in here. We know the black trend line's down here at the purple zone. Then we have the blue trend line, falling highs along the blue trend line. We challenged it over the past couple of days, couldn't break it into the green shaded area, and now it's fallen all the way back down to the yellow zone. But again, the yellow zone, we want a real breakout. Look here, support finally pushed through it, went down to the purple zone. Look back to the left-hand side. Support couldn't break it, turned around and went back up. So if we're going to see this continue to go lower, it needs to break under that yellow shaded area. 71.35, 65 is the yellow zone. Breaking there we're back down into the purple shaded area and the black trend line. If it can't break here, we might find some support. If the buyers take back control today, it wouldn't be too difficult to see it back up towards the green shaded area. And of course, above the green shaded area, we could see a return of the buying pressure here for the New Zealand dollar.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.